houses per single entry subdivision. We were at Commissioner School, I believe, a year ago. State of Texas says 1,000. Forest Chambers County, that's too many. I think we can go, when we discuss it, 350, anywhere 350 under 500 per single entrance. That's going to be up to the court. They were just wanting to get clarification on that for this. They have some properties that they will want to develop that it would be difficult to put two entrances on. So when we meet with them again, Commissioner Dag and myself will listen to them and bring a recommendation back.
Yeah. Just expound the language in the subdivision regulations that we've been trying to correct is the diagonal line.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we're trying
the
to.
Subdivision entrance, and that's the primary focus. This detention thing came up.
All out of the blue.
Out of the blue.
And I'll just flat out say this right now because I know it's being thought of probably by
Yes.
80% of this room. Is right now we turn over drainage ditches, just ditches to HOAs,
Yep.
and they don't even maintain ditches. How do we think they're going to maintain some mechanical pump that's going to go out every 10 years? And I'm just telling you, I don't care if we beef up that language or not.
Yes, it's hard.
It's 99% just a non-starter with me. I'm just going to, we need to let those guys know that they're
Oh yeah, we'll
save their money on submitting that deal because it's just not going to happen. I mean, to me, I just don't think we can force an HOA to maintain their pump.
I agree with that too, because I think in the past, we've had difficulty with HOAs doing what they're supposed to.
They just don't, because what happens is the HOA subdivision, then they got to say, okay, we need $15,000 and we only have $8,000 on our account. Hey, Commissioner, our pump's not working. We don't have the money and nobody wants to vote for a special assessment. And we're subject to some vote of just an HOA board.
We come up responsible for it.
And we come up responsible for it.
time.
We either let them flood or we fix it. And that's a position that we're going to always do the greater good, right? And then we're going to end up having to fix it. And I do not want to put ourselves in that position.
I expressed every bit of that
Yeah, I know you did.
wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah. So that's
Okay, so no
That's
action on
FYI.
3.1.
we should be having another public hearing on this, correct?
Yes, we will. When we
Okay.
bring up the actual manual, we'll have an actual public hearing beforehand.
Yeah, okay.
Make it all squared away.
Yeah, we have another committee meeting and then we'll have another public hearing.
Yeah, and that's what I
Yes.
told Commissioner Rowan with the committee. I'd like to see the committee give us a recommendation.
Yeah, I know.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm trying
You
to.
know, see what the other counties around us are doing as far as number of homes.
Yeah, I'm trying to get an actual date lined out. I don't have an actual date for that meeting, but as soon as I have one, y'all both will be in it as
We'll
well.
get it.
So.
Thanks.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
4.1, discuss, consider approving. Random on out here.
You're standing right there.
I know it's his
Second-
agenda item, 'cause it's
second
about a
long.
mile long.
It's the second longest agenda item in the history of the court.
Discuss and consider approving a memorandum of understanding and drainage easement between Goose Creek ISD, Chambers County related to the donation of a drainage easement by Goose Creek ISD to Chambers County, and the county's agreement to make certain drainage improvements to accommodate and help improve the general drainage in the area, including for Chambers Parkway, Chambers County soccer fields, and the nearby Goose Creek ISD.
So I'm gonna hand it off to Nathan because he's the one who worked on it the most.
Could you repeat that, Judge?
No.
Here, part of it.
And that's actually
I take
for the
ex-
Spirit Chambers
Take
County
exception of
Parkway.
that.
You're already
I think this is Commissioner Dagley's baby.
It absolutely is.
Yeah. You want me to go run or?
I just want to highlight it. I mean, this is a, and I'll let you on the specifics of
Sure.
it, but just, we're going to have in the coming courts, I know that TMP is going to come do the presentation of Chambers Parkway to go out for bid in probably the next couple courts. And they're probably going to be a sneak peek to this whole community building soccer complex overlay in the but this particular 7.5 acre drainage easement that's part of this agreement is a land that's being donated in addition to the donation that Goose Creek has already provided. And what happened was, to keep it really short, because I know we're on short on time, is TMP did a drainage study of the whole watershed in the area and found that a lot of the flooding that's happening in Country Meadows, Pine Meadows, and the rear of those subdivisions is just kind of an overload of the system. Not really our system, but the TxDOT system on 146. And we had to build a system, extend the Kilgore Drainage Channel to take care of the water on Chambers Parkway and also the soccer field. Okay, and when we did that, we knew we were going to extend the channel. In addition to that, when we build Chambers Parkway, we're going to create somewhat of a dam, right? While we're under construction, before we get the underground in. And so this extra 7.5 acres was originally, we need to do this as a temporary fix. And then once we finish the project, it can revert back to the district. The idea is, hey, let's just keep this as a permanent, and it will alleviate a lot of this drainage issues in the area. I went to the Goose Creek School District, pitched it to the school board a couple weeks ago, and they were all in favor of it. And this agreement is kind of what's morphed out of that is a memorandum of understanding. We're going to provide the dollars from the hole in the ground, and they're going to just give us the land, which is a huge win. And I think it's going to really redirect a lot of future water and give us a lot of added capacity in the area to kind of change the direction of where the water's flowing and make it more controlled instead of chaos, right? So I'm really, really happy with this and the recommendations from TNP and our engineering team. And then, of course, Nathan drafting it, and it was not without a lot of sweating on my part. But Nathan stayed with me and got it done. So I really appreciate you working on it and bearing with me because I know I was stressing you out, I'm sure. So it was a good agreement, and it's going to be a win-win.
So this all goes back to Kilgore drainage project that we did downstream years ago, and now it's moved upstream to
Yeah,
improve that part of the drain.
absolutely. It's
That was a pat on the back for the previous committee.
It was, and this is going to just add that. We've been always trying to find a way to add capacity to the system, and it's hard to find a capacity, especially I want to call it for free, but donated land. And this is a really good partnership between the district and the county.
Motion by Commissioner Dagley.
Absolutely.
Second by Commissioner Tice. Questions?
We got to change the description.
Oh, yeah, you said that earlier, didn't you?
We're still putting together, revised surveys that are typos essentially. Agreement's not changing. Trying to clear up some
Okay.
discrepancies in the surveys that are used to describe the property being conveyed here, but like I said, the agreement's just as Commissioner Dagley pointed out, it's a great win-win for the area.
So we're okay to prove it.
We are, and we should be able to execute it this afternoon or tomorrow, get it over to the school districts for their board meeting, I think, next week. So
Okay. All right, got a motion and a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Nathan. 5.1, discuss, consider proclaiming February 12th as Chambers County Day at the Capitol. Anybody out there with economic development?
So moved, Judge.
All right, motion by Commissioner Dagley. Second by Commissioner Tice. Ms. Hawthorne, anything?
I was just gonna say Samantha and I have co-chaired this event. I think
And we appreciate it.
we changed it up, I think, for the better of the group. And so our event will be at the Bob Bullock Museum on the night of the 12th. We'll provide bags and county all throughout the Capitol that day. As always, you gentlemen with the speaker and the lieutenant governor on us and that morning, and we just welcome anybody that wants to come, and it will be another great success. We cut out a lot that we've done in the past. Like in the past, we have to try to tell everybody where Chambers County is, and I had a really good name for ourselves over the past 25 years. So, that's about it.
All right, got a motion and a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, ma'am. BJ, 5.2, discuss consider amendment to the Target Downstream LLC Frac 10 Economic Development Agreement.
Morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Morning.
This agreement was originally approved by the court back in December of '23. It has been amended to reflect the revised terms and conditions, if you will. There was a prolonged negotiation associated with an MOU. That's been resolved and referenced in the agreement, and so it's presented for final approval. The terms reflect those that were approved back in December. The only change is that in the interim, the court has changed policy related to PAC program contribution. That has been
move.
Motion by Commissioner Hammond, second by Commissioner Gore. Questions? Those in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. 5.3, discuss and consider Target Train 11 LLC, Chapter 31 Economic Development Proposal.
Thank you, Judge. The Target Train 11 LLC is planning to develop another fractionator in their Mount Bellevue complex. This proposal was accepted by the court back in June of 24 and is now presented for approval. So the board, development program contract.
Motion by Commissioner Hammond, second by Commissioner Gore. Any questions? Those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. 5.4, discuss, consider scheduling a public hearing on February 11th, 2025, 10 a.m. to establish Targa Reinvestment Zone Number 2.
Thank you, Judge. The reinvestment zone is required to move forward with the process for negotiating and entering into an economic development program proposal. This is going to be a new reinvestment zone. They're moving toward a 214 acre location north of, south of 1942. I think Commissioner Hammond's been working related to ingress and egress associated with that. So we're requesting that public hearing be conducted on the 11th of February so that the reinvestment zone.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hammond, second by Commissioner Dagley. Any questions? Those in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. 5.5, discuss, consider renaming SBR Cedar Port 2 owner LP 2022 reinvestment zone.
Thank you, Judge, Commissioners. This is another reinvestment zone renaming request so that the reinvestment zone can be consistent with the requirements associated with control management of Chapter 312. And so essentially, it's just a resolution that renames the reinvestment zone as previously to SBR Cedar Port 2.
So move.
Motion by Commissioner Dagley, second by Commissioner Hass. Questions? Those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, BJ.
Thank you, Judge, Commissioners.
5.6, discuss and consider request to move $500,000 out of the CO2 project to put a pickleball court in Winnie and to purchase road and bridge equipment. Commissioner Gordon.
Yes, sir. This is the CO2 injection money that we had over in Weenie from the, was it? Oxford, good, thank you. And, we're just wanting to move it to be used for the pickleball courts and then some road and bridge equipment that we're gonna purchase to do drainage kind of stuff. Just wanting to move some of it over there. If we don't use it all, we'll utilize it for something else for the county.
But is it set up now in
Here,
a fund?
Something. We've all received.
We hadn't actually received the money yet?
We received some, not all.
okay, we hadn't received it, we can't move it to it then.
60,000 is all you received so far?
Yes, I even.
Okay.
Printed off this
Okay,
measure.
well, we can't do this then.
And just as a matter of question, I mean, do we even have to move it? I mean, can we just vote on an item that we want to use it
Set
for?
up on project code already.
Yeah, so we should just be able to,
You can allocate that money. We know it's coming.
I mean, this would just be, get a pie chart when we decide what a project we want to use that money from. I don't know if we want to just dedicate it to these two items.
Yeah.
Anyway, so maybe we could just,
Yeah,
We can
same with
move it
the
around.
this,
Hey, Judge.
I'm in trouble.
you just lost an eye.
$5 investment.
It's $3, Amazon. No, actually they're $1.50 a dozen for $15.
If we don't
So I'm
have
not
to move
saying if
it,
they're right.
if we don't have to move it,
Yeah.
if we don't have to move it, we don't have to.
Oh, you can make a new pair of glasses out of that box. Okay, we don't have to move it, so no action.
No action. 6.1, we're gonna pull, Judge.
6.1, pull.
That bid come in a lot too high. In that bid, it has, just elaborate a little bit on it. It has,
Let me read it then if you're gonna
Yeah,
talk
go
about
ahead.
it. Just consider approving in addition to White's Park Arena in the amount of $598,000 paid to LED Partners for billboard and complete audio package.
John and them been working very hard on this deal, because the first bid come in, needed power. John went back with them, tried to get it down, got it down to this here. I've been looking for sponsors to sponsor this big screen. Have not been able to get anybody yet. But in this pricing, we also have security cameras and sound system for White's Park. I know we're looking at building a new pig barn. We got $1 million in an account to build a new pig barn over there, so we're gonna need to, a new sound system. So the sound system and the security camera we'll move forward on, but I need to bring it back in a different wording. Continue to look to see if I can find sponsorships for the deal. If we need a big board at YPS, I think, and I discussed this, I think we'll look at maybe renting one to see how it works this year and go from there. This year, I mean, maybe the court will want to pitch in and be the sponsors of this court with this big board. So it's just a suggestion. That's my spiel on that.
Good morning, Judge.
Morning.
Commissioner. Yeah, we met with, just follow up on that, we met with, Commissioner Gore, from, Jordan gave us a LED, they were a co-op. And we met 3 or 4 times with them, they have some big plans. Thought about it over the weekend, at this time, I think it's too big for us right now. I think if we go in steps, I think that's what we need. These arenas, I think, can be rented out every week for big events. This is a large outdoor TV screen. Windproof. We went to their we actually went to their office and saw one of these. And it's impressive. And from YPS, you would have to, all your sponsors could be on that screen. You could interview the kids that won, and that would be put on the screen. Their name would be put on the screen. So it has a lot of positives. But, of course, the price tag. We did have $1 million for White's Park improvements, but this was not part of that when we.
That was a pig barn, right?
Yeah,
No, sir. The $1 million was like for a playground, walking trail, upgrade the pig barn, bathroom.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of upgrades, but this was not part of that. I think the sound definitely needs to be upgraded, and that's something that we can do now. I can go back to the drawing board with LED partners and tell them, say, we're just going to do the sound now. Maybe down the road, if we do find some sponsors, which I think we will, then maybe we can put the screen in. But the sound is definitely one thing that we keep hearing about over and over and over.
Oh, I agree.
Especially if you're in the arena, you want to talk to one of the barns, you just press a button, and it would go, talk to this barn or talk to that barn. So I think that's kind of the way to go.
Does
The
this
price
company
tag,
rent also?
sir.
This company rent?
I think they can. They were going to help with Gator Fest. We talked to Caitlin about it. They're going to supply us and help us bring in signs that digital signs for parking, for events. So that they were going to do that for free. So they want to really work with us, and they're really good. They're really good guys. But we're going to help with Gator Fest, and then even if we were going to go through with this billboard or this audio package, they were going to send out 2 technicians for all our events. So if we had a YPS event, we would have 2 technicians from there on site doing the board themselves. So it's not something we would have to learn. That's what kind of scared me, that we were going to have to learn this big board. So they put that in the contract. So I can go back to them and definitely get a number to upgrade the sound system for White's Park and for Winnie Arena. Because once we do it at White's Park, we're going to have to do it at Winnie. So I think it's something we do down the line, Commissioner. I think it's a great idea.
And John, asking about rental, do they have rental accessibility?
I can access that.
One small suggestion is when you go meet with them, get with IT and get IT involved, because if something breaks and they're not on site, I know they said they would provide a technician for the billboard, right?
Yeah.
But if we just do the audio equipment, maybe that's not something they'll provide. But we're going to make sure that IT is familiar with the system, because they'll need to be able to fix it or repair it on the fly if something happens.
Yeah, and that's a good point. A lot of times we don't think about IT when we're doing things.
Yeah.
Even
Of
though
course
we
we-
love y'all.
Yeah, I mean, that's a.
One question.
God, like you're going, good job.
Hey,
Go ahead.
have we done a power survey? Have we got the power to up this thing?
I think when we do the pig barn, that's all going to kind of be involved, right? Tommy, you worked on that or something.
Well, I mean, that needs to be considered. We need to do, I mean, we need to have maintenance, do some surveys. We need to get some specs on what all this new stuff, how much power it needs.
Yes, sir, we will.
You just need to include IT and maintenance.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anyone else. Make sure.
I think it's a good idea. I just think it's maybe a little too early for us because right now we're not seeing an event there every weekend. But I think, this guy was talking about having Super Bowl parties, having concerts. He was really, the Astros World Series. Putting it on the screen, big events. We can get there, but we're just not there right now.
That's what's going
that
back
the-
to the World Series?
Was that
Yeah.
the salesman giving you all that?
Sir?
Was that the salesman giving you all
Well,
that?
when we met with them, the salesman's been there, and
Just say yeah.
they have about 3 or 4 guys with them, and
He
they're
did.
Okay.
He
All right,
did.
so I want to clarify one thing. That CO item was specifically put in the CO to upgrade and expand the show barn. So that's what that item was put in there because I requested that to be put in there for that specific use.
It's $1 million, correct?
$1 million. It wasn't for all the other things. So that's what
Well,
that was
and yeah, so whatever you bring
earmarked
back,
for. Yeah.
we'll have to approve it. But I agree, that's what it was. All right, so we're pulling that one. 6.2, discuss and consider approving to approving go out for RFPs, request for proposals, 6 new pickleball courts, 1 still park. I guess you're pulling that one.
If I may, yes, sir,
The
6.2
5
and 6.3 were both depending on 5.6.
All right, 6.3, discuss and consider approving SEL to obtain solar report for there where the new pickleball courts will be built. Pull that one
We
also.
just gotta get that money first.
6.4, discuss and consider approving.
so as of right now, we don't have to go out and get the solar report. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, sir.
Until we have the money.
That's right.
We can use the last one we got.
Unless you have
All
it.
the same.
So,
question.
Unless you have it.
Well, that's what I was, because when you contact about this, you wanted to
We
get
haven't
the
got one
solar
different.
report before you go out for an RFP, is that correct? Unlike we did in Anahuac.
Correct. Right.
So do you want me to go ahead and do that now, or do you
We're
don't?
gonna use this money, if you have the money, yes, sir, we
Okay,
So why are we doing a solar report?
weekends, we're gonna have pickleball.
Oh, it's a pickleball court though.
Yes, sir.
Don't even get me going on that.
Tommy?
Yeah, Commissioner Hammond and I discussed that.
I'm just going by.
Yeah,
what-
we can print the last one we got.
Yeah.
It'll be the same thing, 3 foot.
We've gotten solar reports for this whole county and every one of them came back the
Everyone's
same.
saying,
Hey,
So what's the
do
cost of
we,
the solar report? Any idea?
$1,900.
Yeah, it's a couple $1,000, Jeff.
Oh, man.
if you got that, go ahead and do that, Don.
Unbelievable.
If we're gonna look,
Can't make
we're gonna
this
get
up.
together this week or next week with Aaron and we'll find the money. We got some stuff coming in.
yeah, we got, we should actually have CIP money.
We should have money to
But if
do
we
go
got
ahead.
previous solar reports, I don't know why we're doing one anyway.
It's useless on a 4-inch thick slab that you're gonna.
Yeah, I agree.
We don't have,
I know Mike says it's good practice, but it's pickleball court. All right, we're pulling those. So I think this time don't do it. 6.4, discuss and consider approving 2009 John Deere 5055 tractor for a John Deere Gator model 2025 discounted price.
So we have a tractor, we have a 09 tractor at the shop. We have actually 2 of them that we're looking to trade in. They have not been used, and they're not being used. So we're looking to trade that in for some credit on a 25 John Deere Gator. We're gonna put it at the west side. We've just finished building the storage at Anahuac, so we're gonna move the one we have there to Anahuac. So at each complex, we have one Gator. The problem what we're seeing right now is we already moved our mowers into the storage. Now we're moving the Gators, so we don't have to trailer them every day. We're having to trailer something every single day to these ballparks. And if we could just get set up at the ballparks with the new one coming, the new complex, the soccer complex coming, if we just have something at the complex, we just have to drive a truck, get out, and they work all day. So it'd help us out a lot. Of course, the tractor's just sitting there.
Entertained motion?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Gore, second by Commissioner Hammond. Any questions? Those in favor? Opposed, motion carries. 7.1. Thank you, John. Discuss and consider approving change order number 10 for West Annex number 2, the amount of $27,157.86 for additional general conditions, 30 days equals 14,145, and requested IT upgrade to genetics system, $13,012 and 86 cents. Mike.
Yes, sir. Commissioners, Judge, this is, knock on wood, hopefully the last hoorah with formative structures, get them out the door. The general conditions, 30 days, that was negotiated down quite a bit. They wanted a little over, well, almost 60 days. But we've negotiated that down at a lesser per day amount. And also the upgrade to the Genetech system is basically also, it's an add to formative structures, but it eliminates having to go back and try to negotiate and take some of their money back on the low voltage side. If we did that, that number would be 37 grand alone just for a Genetech upgrade.
So explain to us what general conditions means.
An extension of their time on the job site. I mean, we went back and forth for several weeks, back and forth on glass, either bulletproof, non-bulletproof, the size, the openings. That was almost 30 days long.
Days on the job.
Yes.
Due to changes we made.
Yes.
That's pretty simple.
All right.
All right, entertain a motion.
So moved, Judge. Second.
By Commissioner Tice, second by Commissioner Hammond. Questions? Those in favor? Opposed, motion carries. 11.1, discuss consider approving procurement of services to develop information technology construction specifications from Howe Design Group, amount $11,200. Morning, Derek.
Good morning, Judge. This is Derek Parrish, Information Technology. It's pretty straightforward. Essentially, hiring services to help put together and build industry standard format construction specs for the IT related items on construction projects or renovation projects. So that'd be like the structured cabling, access control security, and some AV as well. And that gives us it in master format, which Mike's and his group's familiar with. But when the construction specs are sent out, that's basically the industry standard format that everything's sent out in. Right now, we have just a structured guidelines document, but it's kind of hard to take that and articulate it from what we've got into the format that the construction specs uses. So this will be done by, done and engineered. It'll have some drawings in there as well, and I think it'll just help everything run a lot smoother on these.
So this will go
projects.
out with every bid that goes out for.
Yes.
Whether there's IT involved.
Yes.
Be a structured format.
Motion by Commissioner Gore, second by Commissioner Tice. Go ahead, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Just be a more structured format than trying to, Derek trying to plug everything in for each particular job, so.
All right, got a motion and a second. Any other questions, comments? Those in favor? Opposed, motion carries. Thank you, Derek.
Thank you.
We are down to consent, precinct 1. Go ahead, Judge. 2, 3. 1 and 2, good.
Judge, if I may, 19.21, we have an issue with that one. We have a policy procedure and a code issue with it. One, I have spoke to Commissioner Gore, who had this put on. BAM is the service that worked at White's Park, and we had to do $5,000 worth of cleanup after they left before a wedding, and they were trying to give it back to this company, and I had asked them to get a third bid, not use this company until we vetted them out. You just made a mistake, and we're gonna go back and give you some more business.
No, they paid for the cleanup.
Hold on, Judge. Hold on, Commissioner. Let me finish. So my suggestion would be that there is no wreck and pipe with this. We either need to table or pull. Up to y'all.
That's on your department to no wreck and pipe. In the email.
This was put in on Friday afternoon to put on the court.
When did we come back to work, George? We come back to work a half a day Thursday. So don't even go there.
Commissioner, there's no.
Your department. No,
I'm not going to argue. There is no wreck and pipe with this. I would have not approved this. That has to go through our office. So just say.
Why is there no wreck and pipe, George? In your email, you told Chris to stop.
Where's the money gonna come from?
It's coming out of CO, George.
We'll worry about that.
Let us take care of that. You do your job.
So I am doing my job. There is no money there for this project.
They paid the $5,000 for the cleanup. There's no problem. There's no problem.
So is BAM an approved vendor? for
Yes, they are. Yes,
Judge, they showed up and worked at White's Park. We hadn't seen them.
Wait,
And
wait
they
a
did the
minute.
work, and then afterwards, I had a call from John saying, hey, I've got a problem out here at White's Park. This is the company that showed up through Commissioner Gore to come out here and do some work. I didn't know nothing about it, yada, yada, yada. Next thing you know, we're having to make a cleanup because there's a wedding the next day, and I have to call a company out to
Okay.
do over $5,000 worth of damage control to the
Cleanup.
building.
Cleanup.
Cleanup.
And they
so that
ended
they
up
could have their
doing it.
wedding.
Let's back it up. Your false statement right there. George.
Okay.
Your false statement. You said this company's never been here before. Look back to your records when they was on court that we approved them to do the Holston building, and you paid them. So let's get that straight.
Okay, then I missed that.
Okay.
I missed that.
They are.
But we don't have any insurance on them.
Yeah, I have the insurance on my phone. He sent it to me. If your department had reached out to him and done their job, you would have had.
Oh,
this.
we do our job, Commissioner. We do our job.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying.
So
the
all I'm
back
saying
and
is
forth
this
with
was
your
not procured
department
correctly.
is
All right.
I'll leave it
getting
at that.
tired.
George is requesting us to pull that due to the fact there's no wrecking pad.
That's on his department though, Judge. He asked
Well,
Chris
that's-
not to do it.
I'm just saying what he stated. And you wanna leave it on, get it approved? We're on 3, Commissioner 3. We'll leave it to court to vote on it.
It's ridiculous, going back and forth with his department, Judge. They want to bring it out in court, we can bring it out in court. It's
Okay.
ridiculous.
So one thing to add, it's actually in this part of the work is not being done yet. Just approved payment. Not been done.
Is that coming out of the project code 46,000? I think. Is that what that? Make sure.
Was that a yes?
We don't know. I mean.
Who said, anybody answer?
It was in the CO, Judge.
Under which
So,
project?
yeah, there's 2 epoxy flooring project.
Neither one of them is the,
The 24.
this, hospitality.
Yeah.
Was White Park.
One's White Park, yeah.
45,
Yep.
288.
That's 46.
Future is 46.
Yeah,
Still,
we're not doing it, so, I mean, if we have to pull it, we can move the money next court, I mean, but
You don't have to move the money, you just gotta figure out where it's coming from. I think we pull it, get a wrecking pad, get it straightened out, and put it back on
you
court.
got,
Alright, let's pull 1921.
I was gonna say, can we still look at BAM? I want to know from the commissioners, one from all of them, okay, use BAM. I'm saying we shouldn't. Wait, let's get another quote from somebody else. Maybe use BAM down the road on something else, but going back to back after this $5,000 mess up.
So we don't have any other quotes?
we have 3 other quotes, Judge, they were the cheapest
There's 2
one
quotes.
by far.
Okay.
And they've done a great job. I understand.
Well, it's up to you, it's up to y'all, you and maintenance wants to bring it back.
We can bring it back, Judge. And I-
Alright, precinct
What I'm
3,
really confused over here,
what?
what number are y'all discussing?
1921,
1921.
1921, and it's been pulled.
And it's been cool, thank you.
Precinct 3 again.
I don't think I got anything.
Floor.
I think it's all been said, so I'm just gonna.
Alright, entertain a motion to approve the.
So moved, Judge.
First
I'll
by
second
Commissioner
that.
Tice, second by Commissioner Hammond. Those in favor? Opposed, motion carries. With that, we'll go to executive session, 10:17 a.m. Consultation with attorney, FMLA extension.
That was my understanding.
Sale purchase of real property. So 10:18 a.m. We'll recess to executive session.
1921.
All right, court come to order after executive sessions, 11:26 a.m. No action out of the executive session. So at 11:26 a.m., we are
Adjourned.
adjourned.
Where's it at? It's a West